Welcome to the Leadership in Law podcast with host Marilyn Jenkins. Cut through the noise, get actionable insights and inspiring stories delivered straight to your ears. Your ultimate podcast for navigating the ever-changing world of law firm ownership. In each episode, we dive deep into the critical topics that matter most to you, from unlocking explosive growth to building a thriving team. We connect you with successful firm leaders and industry experts who share their proven strategies and hard-won wisdom. So, whether you're a seasoned leader or just starting your journey as a law firm owner, the Leadership in Law podcast is here to equip you with the knowledge and tools you need to build a successful and fulfilling legal practice.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me for today's webinar. My name is Marilyn Jenkins, and today we're going to be talking about streaming TV ads and how that works. And let's just jump into my computer. So hang on a second, we'll open up the presentation. Okay, great. So here we are. Can I put a 1 in the chat if you can see my screen? Okay, good, great. You always want to check on that, right? So today we're going to be talking about, like I said, is prime legal ads. We call this performance TV. I want to congratulate everybody for being here today. The fact that you guys took a little bit of time out of your day, your busy life, to join this webinar today to learn a little bit more about streaming TV ads. It's actually what I love about people like us, because there's a lot of people not on this call. There's a lot of law firm owners out there that are struggling. There's a lot of firms that wish they could have better lead generation and branding and get more cases, but where are they at? Making excuses why they couldn't take that time today to be here, making excuses why they couldn't spend some time training. Here's what we're going to cover today. We're going to invest about 30 minutes learning about the explosion of streaming TV ads as a marketing platform for your firm. It's really powerful. We're going to go over a lot of details. And while we're going over this, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat, or you can email me at admin@mjmediagroup.co, or you can message me on LinkedIn. Now, when we talk about Law Marketing Zone, and you guys probably know this about me, but if this is your first webinar that you've joined in, the Law Marketing Zone uses a 3-pillar growth strategy for our case model law firm growth plan. Our goal is to clearly triple your sales by getting your internet marketing right. My name is Marilyn Jenkins, and who am I? Why should you listen to me? I am the founder and CEO of MJ Media Group and Law Marketing Zone. I have 3 books that I published based on SEO Playbook, the Google Business Profile, Profit-Driven Digital Marketing, and you can find these on Amazon.com under the title or under my name, Marilyn Jenkins. These walk you through step by step how to grow your law firm to be found and be the #1 law firm in your area on your Google Maps. I've worked in digital marketing since the early 90s, worked with hundreds of law firms and local businesses, exclusively with attorneys since 2019, and I've helped many of my clients grow beyond 7 figures and their retainers using our programs. So a lot of lead generation and also nurturing that goes in with our program. I have a podcast that's in the top 10% of business and marketing called Leadership in Law. And we have a private community, a paid private community that has courses in it, webinars, lots of different growth information for those law firms who are not quite ready to outsource their marketing. And that's the Law Firm Growth Guild. If you're interested in any of that, just reach out. But we do put a lot of content out for people. We want to make sure that we have a lot of value on the web to help law firms get to the point where they can move further and outsource their marketing when they're ready to do that. So you can see on my website the happy client videos, testimonials of what we've been able to do. We're a full-service digital marketing agency for law firms, and our mission is to triple the revenue of 300 law firms in the next 3 years. Our team is here to help support you every step of the way. So today we're going to be talking about the streaming TV market. Now, a lot of you are probably subscribe to streaming services, and if you do, drop in the chat what service drop in the chat the service that you subscribe to. Now, many people have multiple. There's Paramount, Amazon Prime, Netflix, Hulu, HBO Max. There's just so many out there, including Roku. So it's gotten so big, so many people are cutting the cord and not going with regular cable they are going for a streaming service. So they have that on their phone, their tablet, their computer. They have it as they're traveling. So wanted to show you a few statistics of what's happening and how it has grown over the years. Streaming services have gotten bigger and bigger, and most people in the U.S. have multiple streaming services that they subscribe to. And the interesting thing is, users by age group, you can see on this first chart up here, 35 to 54-year-olds, they have increased 21% in the last year of their usage of streaming services. So not everybody's staying with cable. So keep that in mind. As of January 2025, streaming has taken up 42% of the TV ratings. So Nielsen's is where they do count the audience size of different shows. So the Nielsen ratings, streaming TV has gotten 42.6% of eyes now. And when you look at the most popular streaming services in the U.S., Netflix is the number one, Amazon Prime is the second. So that's huge. And a lot of people who have Netflix also have Amazon Prime. So we are in a streaming revolution. Streaming media platforms, they continue to reshape how we consume our content, and specifically what types of devices we consume them on. Obviously, smart TVs, it's very difficult to find a TV that's not a smart TV that'll connect to your internet. We also use our phones, like Netflix and Amazon, you can download shows so that you take them with them on the plane, things like that. Obviously, our laptops and our tablets. I mean, people are streaming TV, those binge watching the shows on many different devices now throughout the home and in various, the different rooms of the home, and different people watching different shows at the same time. So the one thing that's been discovered over the last year or so is that consumers will choose lower fees in exchange for watching ads. So I think Netflix was one of the first to do that. Maybe it was Hulu, where they offered a discount and then a lower price plan, but you had to watch a certain number of ads. What's super important for you to know is that ads on streaming television are non-skippable. If you haven't noticed that, next time you're watching a show and you see maybe the ads in the beginning of the show, or maybe in the middle of a movie, there'll be an ad pop up and it'll say in the top left corner, number 1 of 2, and it might be counting down the seconds. Most ads are 15 seconds to 30 seconds long, and you have to sit through those. You cannot skip like you can on YouTube, or like in the, what was the day of whether we could record it without the channels. But anyway, you know what I'm saying. You can't skip these ads, which makes it very important. And so we look at the market on ad spend and how things have been shifting from 2023 to now, and then looking into the projections for 26 and 27. Cable was by far the largest place people were purchasing ad spend or spending their money. When we look at the green and the yellow here is what's important. The yellow is going to be the free ad-supported streaming television, and see how that's growing exponentially and it's shrinking the other two. The green is the subscription video on demand. Think Hulu, Amazon Prime, where you have to watch movies or watch commercials, and Netflix now, watch commercials in order to be able to continue streaming. So you can see how both the yellow and the green is growing each year. And that's where more and more people are advertising. Right now, there's a lot of people advertising, but it's really underutilized compared to social media and Google PPC. And the pricing is amazingly better for more impressions. So you can get your name out there, your message out there better on streaming television. So in the streaming market, we're going to look at the Amazon Prime Video is getting 80% of the streaming TV market right now in the U.S. Peacock and Paramount are very big as well. Hulu, and then of course Disney Plus. Now some of these places you might not want some of your ads depending on who your ideal market is. And the nice thing is that with the platform for streaming TV, you can choose the channels, you can choose the time of day, you can choose keywords. There's lots of detail, and we're going to see that in a little bit. So you can get very, very strategic and targeted in the homes that you and the devices that you send your ad to. Streaming TV is the next big thing in advertising. Like everybody's watching it on the streaming. We carry it when we travel. You see people watching TV shows on their phone, or movies on their phones while they're on planes and that sort of thing. They've typically downloaded that from their streaming service. 71% of marketers are saying they're planning on using streaming TV ads this year. The question is how many of their clients are going to do it. I'm finding that the law firms that see the value in TV commercials and getting in front of people where they're sitting down and watching TV are the ones that are really considering this and moving towards it. So I consider, ask yourself the question. So looking at the TV audience, looking at the advertising, how it's growing, ad spend is expected to be $33 billion this year alone. That's pretty impressive. That's a lot of money. It's nowhere near what people are spending on PPC and Facebook ads. So this is still a very, very new market. So let's put a 2 in the chat if you've considered putting your ad on streaming television. If you even thought about it, put a 2 in the chat. I'd love to see what anybody's thinking about, if it's actually gotten on your research yet or your radar yet. And how does it work? Well, clearly you've got connected devices, which is CTV, and OTT are the streaming services that are going over the internet. So desktops and laptops, you don't have to be connected. Phones and tablets, again, Wi-Fi, you don't need to be connected. With your streaming services, you've got the devices like the Sling Box, those types of things, your smart televisions, and of course, let's not forget gaming consoles. A lot of people stream on their gaming consoles. And there's a lot of millennials and Gen Zs that are not buying TVs. They'll buy something that, or not a smart TV necessarily, they're working with their gaming consoles. And how does it work? Well, you are in front of people where they are spending the majority of their downtime. So your ad is in their living room. Simple as that. So, think that through. People are sitting, how much time do you spend on just chilling in front of your TV? That's where your ad's going to show up. And again, non-skippable, which is super important. So when we look at the streaming advertising, the way it's starting to it's becoming as big as search and social. When we say search, that's going to be your Google PPC. And I'm sure most of you have done either Google PPC or Meta ads. And Meta, as you know, is Facebook and Instagram. So if you've done ads on any of those, you can see the changing over the years, how they've gotten more and more expensive as there's more and more competition out there. So many people are also going over to TikTok. My experience is that TikTok ads are really, really good if you have a product to sell. Not quite as effective if you're selling a service, which most law firms obviously are selling a service. But looking at Prime Legal ads, that is your smart advertising, it covers, it's impactful, premium content. It's in where people are looking. It's measurable, targetable, and right now it is affordable. Our cost per thousand is averaging, 1,000 impressions is averaging about $20 per 1,000 impressions. That is amazing compared to the other platforms at this point. So we also make it very easy to grow your brand. When you're looking at streaming TV ads, the ad spend starts at only $67 a day. So that's $2,000 a month in ad spend. Super affordable. It's outcome-driven campaigns. And you can see in some of these screenshots here how detailed you can get. Like I can choose specific channels that I want our ads to go on. We can choose the time of day. We can see an estimate of how big our audience is going to be. We can say we want certain languages, we want certain income brackets even, and be as granular down to the zip code. Now, the creative process is also super easy. It's a 30-second ad. Now, we can create this commercial for you using video that you provide us, or we can use stock video, which we call B-roll, with voiceovers. If you already have a video production company, you can certainly provide us with a 15-second and a 30-second commercial, and we can take care of those for you. So if you're doing it yourself, you need resolution of 1080p. You want an MP4 format and up to 500 megs. So you've got a good quality video, audio over, and of course you want to have a landing page URL that's on the commercial so people know where to go. And have a look at these channels. These are just everything that you know, right? The Paramount, NBC, ABC, ESPN, Peacock, the big channels, and the smaller channels like the tennis channel, Nickelodeon, those types of things. So we have better inventory, which creates better performance. With our particular platform that we work with, we use the top 150 plus premium channels. So we do have a platform where we can do a lot of the more niche channels, but this is what we can work with right now is we work with the top channels that most people are watching. Are you a woman attorney running your own firm but feeling like you're on a never-ending treadmill? This podcast is sponsored by Wealthy Woman Lawyer, the business coaching company that's helped hundreds of women lawyers over the past 12 years, just like you, transform revenue-draining practices into wealth-generating machines. Their clients, including Brittany and Gianni, routinely break the seven-figure barrier while working fewer hours. The difference? A systematic approach that builds a firm that works for you, not the other way around. Ready for a practice that funds your dream lifestyle and gives you time to enjoy it? Visit wealthywomanlawyer.com today. So looking at how we can do some targeting. So put a yes in the chat. Put Facebook in the chat if you guys have done Facebook ads or you've seen this type of thing in the ads manager on Facebook where you can choose your age range of who you want to see the ad. Then you can also choose gender. You can choose the different thing about that you can't do on some of the social media platforms is you can't choose detailed demographics like their average household income. And then we can choose detailed targeting. We can say we want to have specific people that are interested in specific things. We can choose the languages they speak. So if we want to do specific Spanish language only, we can do Spanish ads, the Spanish language television. So there's a lot of detail that we can do to get very, very granular. And like I said, even as detailed as your whole city or your zip code. So we can do the entire state. So we can be very, very detailed, a county. So if you're covering just your local area, metro area, state, city, zip, we can geo-target within that. And even further down, we can choose the time slots that we want to target as well. So unlike meta ads, if your ads stop and start because you're doing them in certain times of the day, your performance is not degraded because the ad stopped, okay, when it comes to streaming TV. And measuring the outcomes is actually, the reporting is very, very detailed. You can choose what strategies, the time slots, the ads, all of these things will tell you which ad worked the best. What I really like is the inventory. We can look and see what channels worked best. The screens would be what the devices they use, the demographics. We can find out the geography. If you're covering, say 3 counties or a certain number of zip codes, you can see geographically which ones of those is performing the best, and of course the audience, so you can get very detailed about what you're looking for, and that way we can determine return on ad spend. So very interesting information. It's real-time attribution. Our reporting dashboard is updated twice daily, so you can get almost to the minute information about see how your ads are doing and make adjustments. We also, as part of our service, we include a landing page. We do custom landing pages for each commercial if the message is different. So we want to make sure that there's continuity of branding and messaging from the ad to when they click or go to the landing page, then it's the same information, the same messaging, same colors, all of that sort of thing. So we organize that for you, and we use tracking phone numbers. Part of what we do in our services for our clients is we use a dashboard that is a tracking dashboard that you can see when the lead comes in all the way to case accepted. So we help you with the nurturing to, if someone doesn't book on your calendar, our call to action is to book a free consultation, those types of things. So we work with you to customize this pipeline and make sure that it works for your firm and works for the leads that are coming in. We also, on the landing page, like to go for a higher quality, like a 5-star lead. Okay. With that, what we're looking at is over on the right-hand side, we're going to ask a couple of extra questions. Okay. So it depends on what type of lead you're going for. That's the type of question that we're going to be asking. So you decide that. We don't want to go just like email or their name. We want all 3: email, name, phone number, and 2 questions. So you know right away when you look at that lead, you have a better idea if it's more qualified. And what we figure is, if you can track it, you can adjust it. So our dashboard has all of this information in it. Transparency, you can see everything that's coming through, the opportunities that close, that save, that sort of thing. And our dashboard center gives you all that reporting real time. For those of you who don't have perhaps an intake person, you're not ready for that yet, What we do have is we offer an additional optional call center. So this would be a dedicated call center for your leads specific to your firm, using your scripts, your qualification questions. And what we do is our call center will catch the inbound calls from these ads. We also will take, if they just go to the landing page and they fill out the form and without phoning you, we will do phone calls out to them, up to 10 phone calls in the first 4 days, to try to capture them, qualify them, and then move them by live transfer into your office so that their case is ready to go. So if you're interested in talking about our call center, let me know. We can chat about that. You don't have to be an ads client to take advantage of our call center services. And some case studies about how this is done so well across a few different industries is we had a nationwide personal injury law firm. They wanted to get onto the streaming services, but not to like be in the face too much. What we ended up doing is we were looking at increasing their website traffic and their qualified leads. So we took them to their website. We increased their website traffic by over 54%. Overall visits were 32% increase, and they had a 21% lower CPA, which was that's phenomenal in personal injury. Your cost per acquisition being 20% lower. With a dental startup that we were working with, we were able to lower their acquisition cost by 60%. And the nation's largest RV dealer generated millions of in-store purchases from their streaming ads. So it's getting some really great results, and I would love to talk to you in more detail if you're interested in looking at that. So just a few of the clients that we've helped and the results that we've helped them get for the case model, for our paid ads. Abigail here, we were able to help her in her first month with us get almost $89,000 in cases signed. So that was pretty exciting, helped her realize what she needed to do and where she needed to be and how successful she is. And up to this point, we're getting her, on average, 120 to 140 Spanish immigration leads each month. These are on Meta ads. She's consistently closing 4 to 6 cases each week. So very exciting there. With Peter, we've been working with Peter for a little over 3 years now. He's closed 723 cases so far for an average minimum revenue of $3.6 million. He's workers' compensation, so some of his cases are obviously much larger. On average, he's closing about 20% of the leads that come through. So 80% are unqualified for some reason or another. But as you know, some people are not ready to move forward or they're unqualified. With Edward, we're helping him close 5 to 10 cases a week. Obviously, he keeps growing, and he's had to add multiple attorneys and paralegals to his firm while we've been working with them. We have Google Ads results for clients. We do Google Ads as well, and pretty much we see what we're looking for, and we see a really good return on that. Again, Google Ads are getting more and more expensive, especially depending on your practice area. So we do have a few clients that are not attorneys, and with a particular solo client, we were able to reach them over $2 million in sales. So we're very excited with the services that we've been able to do. With our SEO and our Google Business Profile clients, we're getting them increased rankings in all of their keywords and their main keywords. So, getting them improved rankings so they're showing on that Google map, going from not being seen to being seen on page 1. Those are the things that we help our clients do. And you can see the difference in the red on the left means they're not found. The green on the right means they're now being found on page 1 when people do these searches of the near me. And like we've talked about in the past, near me searches have increased over 900% in the last 2 years. So it's super important that you are found online. And that's what we help our clients do. So if this has been helpful, please, drop a 1 in the chat. Let me know that I just wanted to educate you a bit more on this streaming platform and how you can generate leads with streaming TV. So the thing I have now is there's basically three options. You can do nothing and keep hoping that your referral sources keep sending you leads, or you can do this yourself. You can go out and figure out how to do streaming TV ads yourself, or Facebook ads, or any of those, and do your own lead generation. I would suggest not doing that because you're an attorney. You need to be making money on closing these cases and processing the cases instead of actually doing the marketing. But that's up to you. Or your third option is schedule a 15-minute discovery call with me. Let's see if we're a good fit. You can look at lawmarketingzone.com/book a call and book some time with me. and we can see if it makes sense for us to work together. So Prime Legal Ads is primelegalads.com. It provides you with the tools you need to be successful in streaming TV. So if that's something you're interested in doing, book a call with me or visit primelegalads.com to learn a bit more about Prime Legal Ads, and you can see a little video on that website of the dashboard as well. So have a look there, and again, primelegalads.com, and you can or schedule a time to talk with me. So I hope this has been helpful. If you have any questions, please let me know. Again, primelegalads.com or book a call with me at lawmarketingzone.com/book-a-call. I want to be really respectful with the time here. And if you have any questions, I forgot to read the questions as they came across. So I had a couple of questions that were emailed to me before, and I covered those on the statistics that we were going over earlier. If you have any questions, feel free to drop those in the chat. My team will reach out, or drop your email in the chat. My team will reach out with the answers of those. But I hope this has been helpful, and feel free to book some time on my calendar, and I'd love to chat with you a little bit further about streaming TV ads. Again, primelegalads.com, and you guys have an amazing day. Thank you so much.
Thanks for joining us on another episode of the Leadership in Law Podcast. Remember, you're not alone on this journey. There's a whole community of law firm owners out there facing similar challenges and striving for the same success. Head over to our website at lawmarketingzone.com. From there, connect with other listeners, access valuable resources, and stay up to date on the latest episodes. Don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review on your favorite podcast platform. Until next time, keep leading with vision and keep growing your firm.